Welcome. Tonight, let's take a quiet journey into the past. You'll learn the story of something simple, something you've likely held in your hands many times. A rectangle of folded paper, sealed, delivered, opened, forgotten, but once it carried secrets. It carried dreams. It carried the world. This is the story of the envelope. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Let's begin. Part 1. Ancient beginnings, long before the mailbox, before stamps, before paper. Messages still had to move. In ancient Mesopotamia, nearly 4,000 years ago, people used clay envelopes. Yes, clay. Imagine this, a small tablet etched with cuneiform writing detailing a contract or a trade agreement. Then, that tablet was wrapped in a thin layer of soft clay, sealed like a shell, sometimes stamped with a signature seal. To read the message, you had to break the clay open. A sealed clay envelope wasn't just for privacy. It was proof, tamper evident, trustworthy. Even then, humans needed a way to say, this message is meant for your eyes, and your eyes only. Part 2, the papyrus revolution. As time flowed forward, paper, or its ancient cousins, emerged. In ancient Egypt, papyrus scrolls became the medium of the literate elite. Messages were wrapped and tied with cords, sometimes sealed with wax or stamped with rings. The idea of protecting a message, preserving its content, marking it as personal or royal, it was catching on. In the Roman Empire, folded parchment became more common. They called them letters close, messages that were folded, sealed, and intended only for a specific recipient. It was here, in this folding and sealing, that the envelope began to take shape, not yet separate from the message, but intimately linked. Part 3, wax, seals, and secrets. During the medieval period, letters were folded multiple times. Each fold carefully creased, the paper bent like a ritual. Then, melted wax, a seal pressed firmly, sometimes a ring, sometimes a stamp, always unique. The wax seal was powerful. It said, "This came from me," and no one else has read it. A broken seal meant betrayal. A tampered message could start wars or end alliances. Even love letters bore these marks. Tiny blobs of red or gold wax, pressed with trembling hands, secrets sent and sealed. Part 4, the birth of the modern envelope. Now we leap forward into the 17th and 18th centuries. As paper became more available and literacy grew, the volume of personal correspondence exploded. Letters were folded into neat packets, triangles, squares, intricate folds, each one sealed shut with wax, string, or paste. But something was missing. Folding each letter took time, sealing each one by hand, even more. In the 1820s, England, a paper merchant named George Wilson introduced something revolutionary: pre-cut envelopes. He sold envelopes that were simply sheets pre-folded and ready to be sealed. By the 1840s, the design was refined, 4 flaps that met in the middle. The modern envelope was born, and then the postage stamp arrived. Sir Rowland Hill introduced the penny post system in 1840, making it affordable to send letters across Britain. With stamps, envelopes, and an expanding postal network, a quiet revolution in human communication had begun. Part 5, envelopes in wartime. Through the 19th and 20th centuries, envelopes were more than just packaging. They were lifelines. During both world wars, soldiers wrote home. Envelopes carried words of hope, longing, and love across oceans and battlefields. Some were censored, cut open, resealed with tape, marked by military hands. Others bore lipstick kisses, faded ink, trembling cursive. Each envelope carried a heartbeat. Sometimes it was the last one ever sent. Mail became memory. A folded piece of paper became sacred. Part 6, stationery and sentiment. In the 1950s and 60s, the art of letter writing was at its peak. Envelopes came in pastel colors with matching sheets of fine paper, embossed, textured, monogrammed. People poured themselves into ink, birthday wishes, apologies, proposals, even breakups. Some envelopes were sprayed with perfume, others enclosed photos, pressed flowers, or locks of hair. Every crease, every smudge told a story. Mail wasn't just functional, it was emotional. Part 7. Privacy and Protest. The envelope also became a symbol of privacy. In a world before encryption, the seal on an envelope was sacred, but that didn't stop prying eyes. Governments opened mail, censors read messages, whispers of secrets passed through hidden channels. In the civil rights movement, during the Cold War, in regimes around the world, envelopes carried danger and truth. Some were coded, some were anonymous. All were important. Part 8. Automation and mass mail. By the late 20th century, machines folded, stuffed, and sealed envelopes by the thousands. The handwritten note became rare. Instead, bills, advertisements, political flyers, junk mail, a flood of envelopes, but no heart inside. Still, amidst the clutter, sometimes a real letter appeared. A birthday card, a handwritten thank you, a personal envelope waiting to be opened. Part 9. The digital eclipse. Then came email. The icon was fitting, a tiny envelope, a nod to the past. But the magic, it started to fade. No texture, no scent, no weight, just data. Still the envelope held on. Wedding invitations, holiday cards, love letters too personal for a screen. The envelope became special again. Not common, but cherished. Part 10. Envelopes that changed the world. Some envelopes changed history. A sealed envelope containing the results of a presidential election. Another revealing the discovery of penicillin. Yet another delivered in secret, starting a revolution. These tiny objects, just paper, glue, ink, have shaped human destiny. A Nobel Prize winner once said, "The envelope is the quietest invention with the loudest impact." Part 11. The envelope. Today, you might not use envelopes every day, but when you do, it means something. You're sending a gift, a letter, a memory. You're taking part in a tradition that's 4,000 years old, and somewhere a person will open that envelope. Their heart might race, they might cry, they might smile, all from a folded piece of paper. Part 12. A sleepy farewell. So tonight, think of the envelope, not as just a tool, but as a vessel of thoughts, of feelings, of history, from clay seals to email icons, from wax to mass mail. It's carried humanity's quietest and loudest moments, and now it carries you gently to sleep. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Rest well, and remember, even the simplest things can carry the greatest weight. Good night.